sort of interesting. And the funny thing is, so if you look at how the liberals talked about this back in 2024 when Harris was running against Trump. When this race was going on, at one point, Trump was asked on stage, you could see this in the debate that was between Harris and Trump. He was asked, how come you've made fun of how Harris racially identifies? And Trump said that he didn't care. Now, in his earlier speeches on the campaign trail, one thing that he did say, which was really funny, was that Harris at times had called herself Indian American, and then whenever she ran for president, she started really playing up the black card. Like, for example, there's the one speech where she stands before a microphone and says, we did it in 2020, and we will do it again in 2024. And you just listen to that and you say to yourself, why are you talking this way? For the same reason, for example, and people pointed this out back in 2016, Hillary Clinton, who's from New York, was trying to talk in a Southern accent when she ran in 2016. It's like, I understand that you live in Arkansas and where Governor Bill Clinton's wife, still are, I mean, they're still married. And I get that. So your New Yorker accent has probably died down some. Because if you watch the old interviews of her, she sounds like she just came off the streets of New York. She still has that accent. But then she plays up the Southern accent in the same way that Kamala Harris at times just sounds like a regular, just kind of has that Midwestern accent, or maybe Californian. She's from California. All the accents that are not Southern accents kind of sound the same, except for like hardcore, like Boston, or the more like Irish New York or Italian New York, that kind of thing. The rest of the accents, other than Southern and that kind of Yankee, they all sound the same to me. But the point that I'm making is Trump criticized Harris for that, for identifying as both. And the reason why it's relevant is the following. Newsmax article, Mamdani checked Asian black boxes on college form. New York City Democrat mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani claimed he was Asian and black when applying to Columbia University as a high school senior. The New York Times reported, oh, this is a far right-wing conspiracy. No, actually, no, it's not. The New York Times reported this. Mamdani, a 33-year-old Democratic socialist, he identifies as such, was born in Uganda and identifies as a Muslim immigrant of South Asian descent. His parents are Indian Ugandan and Indian American. However, Columbia data shows Mamdani checked boxes for Asian and black or African American, or as Joe Biden would say, Black African American, on a 2009 application, the Times reported Thursday. Mamdani's application came at a time when Columbia used a race-conscious affirmative action admissions program. Claiming he was black or African American in addition to Asian could have given Mamdani an advantage among students vying to attend the Ivy League school. Mayor Eric Adams, who has launched a re-election campaign as an independent, called Mamdani's actions an insult to every student who got into college the right way. So who said that? Donald Trump Jr., maybe someone else like Eric Trump or Sean Hannity or anyone else that's on talk radio, conservative? No. Mayor Eric Adams said this. He called it an insult to every student who got into college the right way. Do you agree with him? Comment below. It's funny to think about this. I want to hear your thoughts. What should Trump's nickname for Mamdani be? Because of the fact that he called Elizabeth Warren, who called herself Cherokee for years, he called her Pocahontas and then Pocahontas, right? And then she took a DNA test and she was 1064th, which is funny because she actually looks like she has more blood than that. What should Trump call Mamdani? Come up with a nickname for us. And by the way, folks, I'm going to read your comments a little bit later into the show. For those of you who are new, we go live at 8:15 a.m. Monday and Wednesday. And typically what I do is I have a little bit of a ramble or a rant at the beginning where I just talk. Then I look at some headlines. Then I read the comments a little bit toward the end. The African American identity is not a checkbox of convenience, he said in a statement. This is Eric Adams talking.